Yo. Good morning, good afternoon, good. Oh my God. Ew.
I love the
Uh, oh my God. Can I start over? Damn. All right. I took the loop off. All right. Let me try that again. Hey. 1, 2, 3. I said what's going on. Yes, you already know what it is. It's your favorite blurs this time of day, this time of year, this time of the week. Let's go ahead and discuss all that's going on, including Agatha All Along, which debuted this week. Did we like it? Did we not? I don't know. Let's discuss. Of course, Rings of Power is still out there. We got to talk about that. And there's even a new show called The Penguin. A couple other things like a movie called Uglies. It is so much going on right now. I'm not even going to lie. But we definitely got to chat on Marvel's new project, Agatha All Along. We are joined by the whole Blurred crew. We got Nally, Yas, Bad Ty, Steph in the building. Your boy, the real Vince Taylor. But go ahead, let Yvette kick it off. Tell them who it is.
I love the new blurred order. You should too.
Whoa.
Let me get all this 10P Wayne. All the niggas rapping about the same old thing. I've been coming through with the same old gang. Ain't shit changed except now I ain't got a name. Got it out the mud but we got no stains. Cold ass lizard with a gold ass chain. The girl call me daddy, not my government name. Money on my mind, got them bands on my brain. Let me tell y'all about a nigga I know. The nigga stay clean so he always got hoes. Light skinny bitches like.
I love the new blurred order. You should too.
You should too, damn it. And we gonna talk about everything else you should love this morning, including possibly the hit series Agatha All Along. How's it going, y'all? I'm your boy, the real Vince Taylor. We are live and direct reporting from your screen. Hallelujah. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and those listening on iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of that. And without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and kick this right on off. Start your day off with a little bit of Nolly news. Nolly, go ahead and tell us what it is we should be looking forward to, please. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, Nolly, the news is muted.
So sorry. I'm on my own. The mountain is not here to assist with other child, so I'm sorry. Coming from yes, we are on struggle bus. Yes, okay, got it. We're on the struggle bus this morning, and that is okay because we shall persevere. Good morning. Happy Saturday. So this week was kind of busy. In our hood of nerddom, we had the 76th annual Primetime Emmy Awards that were held on Sunday. Our homies at Shogun, record-breaking total of 18 awards. The previous record holder was the show John Adams back in 2008, which won 13 awards. So 18 awards is okay. And those awards included lead actor for a drama series for Hiroyuki Sanada, who played Yoshi Toranaga, and lead actress in a drama series for Anna Sawai, who played Toda Mariko, which makes her the first person of Asian descent to win that award. So, oh yeah.
Okay.
And then also for Mi Gente, Liza Colon Zaya won. She's the first Latin American to win supporting actress in a comedy series for her work in The Bear. So we was breaking records at night. Period. Love to see it. For those of us who liked Castlevania Nocturne, season 2's teaser dropped this week. It should be coming to Netflix in January. They didn't give us an exact date, just January. So I'm gonna see y'all there if y'all decide to pull up. The Matrix re-released for its 25th anniversary. I know I heard some knees creaking and some backs popping just now. At 25 years, we're gonna have to work on that. I'm signing up for AARP right after the show. But the screening is tomorrow if you missed Thursdays. Star Wars Jedi, no title yet, but the third in the game series, in true Star Wars trilogy fashion, was confirmed to be the third and final game in the series. They started production on it last year, so maybe we'll see it 2026. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. We also got our first look at Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which is coming out. Jaleel White is in it as a pirate, so I'm really interested to see Homie as a pirate. We have a picture of it. It looks interesting. It's giving Dragon Ball. It's giving, I don't know what it's giving, but obviously we don't see it. We'll see what's going on, because we got a goat. We got like a wolf looking guy.
What is
it? You, Disney. I'm sure. We'll pull up regardless. So we'll see what happens. Dune, the prequel series that's dropping on Max, has a official debut date of November 15th. So for everyone who is into Dune, if y'all trying to fucks with the show, November 15th. I know we gonna be pulling up, so hopefully y'all will pull up and discuss with us as that comes up. They also announced the Game of Thrones spin-off, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is a compilation of 3 novels that George R.R. Martin wrote back in like 98. They finished wrapping and is now in post-production, but I'm not holding my breath, because they also filmed a couple of episodes of the Game of Thrones prequel where we were supposed to see Robert Baratheon become king, and then scrapped it last minute. So don't know, but maybe it'll come to fruition. It'll be following Duncan Egg, who is Sir, I think his name is Sir Duncan the Tall, and he eventually becomes the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, and Egg is his squire, who actually becomes the future king, Aegon V. So,
whoa. All right. I think I just got lost.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of family. All right. Go pull up.
So we don't see what happens. Netflix Geeked was this week, which is Netflix's showcase where they feed into the fandoms. We get things like Stranger Things, all of the animated series that are coming out. Anything really nerdy kind of get displayed there. So this week they dropped the teasers for the final season of Cobra Kai. They introduced the actress who's going to play Toph in Avatar: The Last Airbender series, and the teaser hyped everybody up. It was all over my feed everywhere, so I'm excited. They gave us teasers for Squid Game season 2, behind the look scenes at Wednesday season 2, and then they also dropped the trailers for their new Tomb Raider animated series, which will be called The Legend of Lara Croft. They gave us a preview of the Witcher animated series, Sirens of the Deep, and also an animated series for Cyberpunk Edgerunners for any of my gamer homies. And we also got a sneak peek of the second season of Sandman, which, if y'all remember, season 1 came out in 2022. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long time. We had a strike in between. So they're finally in production. We should be getting it, they said 2025, and in it they'll be introducing a slew of new characters, including Thor, Loki, and Odin. So let's see what happens. But that's all I have for us. It was a busy week.
As you see, it was a busy week. All right, we're working out the production, but it's a lot of news. Nolly covered. A couple things caught my ear. Could you tell me? Could we go back to the Star Wars? What is this? What is going on with the Star Wars thing now? Could you?
This is the Skeleton Crew, and I think it's starring. Is it Jude Law? Yes, Jude Law. It's basically. It takes place in the New Republic era, and it's a group of kids trying to find their way home, and they run into things like space pirates. And so that's all they've given us. They've not given us much about it. They've just given us the cast, and we have a trailer that was dropped, but that was like all we got.
There's a okay, so there's a trailer for this. This is a live action production, and thus far it looks like it's something. It looks like Monster Squad. I don't know if you remember Monster Squad.
Let me see if I can go to the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know. We might check out the trailer a little later. And also, Sandman. Do y'all remember Sandman? Did y'all watch Sandman? You watched Sandman, Ty? Yeah, it was good, right? It was like it looked good, but like toward the end, it stopped making sense or something. Like what was the? Yes, do you remember? Like it was like a weird thing where it was dope, but it wasn't at the same time.
Yeah, that's all I remember. It was like it was good until it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, what the fuck are we watching?
It's Ty. Am I tripping? So it was dope. It's a DC product, so hope for the DC universe. But at the same time, I just remember being like, ugh, like this should be better. But it looks really good.
Yeah, I thought the series was pretty good. I think the ending was kind of like messed us up because we was like, well, where are they going with it? Because I think at the end, the lady was the devil or something. I think it was something like that. Like she was the devil, and it was just
it was out there.
Yeah, it was weird, but I look forward to it. And then you said there's a Star Wars game, another Star Wars game, Nali, coming out.
So
this is not Outlaws.
This is the Fallen Order.
There was Survivor was the last one for the Jedi. So the final Cal, what's his name? What's his name? What's dude's name again? Cal, something, whatever. The redhead dude that's in the games. You know what I'm saying? That's his last installment, I guess. What's going on, Darth? Yeah. All right. So that's cool. All right. Well, hey, looks like there's a lot going on. Thank you very much for filling us in, Ali. What did you talk about? This stuff right here.
So we're getting animated series for Tomb Raider, Devil May Cry, Cyberpunk Edge Runner, and Gundam. So they was like, y'all trying to eat?
Actually, I think that the Tomb Raider idea I frankly think Tomb Raider could survive as a live action reboot on Amazon somewhere or Apple. Like if they do it justice, I think that Tomb Raider could be like a modern day Indiana Jones if they did the series right. But they keep fucking up the theatrical productions. But that is what it is. Anyway, thank you so much, Nali. Yeah, well, right. We'll see what it does. Let's go ahead and move right along. Once again, you have been I love the graphic. I ain't gonna lie. I just like playing the graphic. Oh, I'm gonna put that in everybody's head, man. And look, Stephanie switched hairstyles twice now, and it's been 5 minutes into the show. We love it. All right, well, listen, let's go ahead and go over some of the stuff we want to talk about. There's some new things popping off in the universe. One of them that popped off this week, as we all know, is Agatha All Along. It did release officially now, and cut off Nali's music, officially now on Disney Plus, and I am curious for all of us who got a chance to even get a lick of it. Like if you didn't even watch both episodes, you just watch one of them, half of them, what it is that our thoughts are. I want to take this down, and I want to see y'all give thumbs up, thumbs down, meh in the middle. If you didn't watch it, no necessary opinion necessary. But yeah, man, I'll go ahead and take this down in 3, 2, 1, and oh shit! Wow! I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie. All right, cool. So we've got a meh where it should be. You know what I'm saying? That we expect. I'm shocked to hear from Steph. Steph, did you watch both episodes? I know you hella busy, man. We always, happy just to have you on the show.
Okay, no, but I loved WandaVision, and I also recently discovered that the showrunner is the writer of one of my favorite movies of all time, which is incredibly underrated and not very well known. It is a sci-fi rom-com called Timer that was briefly on Netflix. Timer. And have you seen it? Are you familiar?
No, I just wanted to.
Oh, okay. Well, it's this incredible movie with a really interesting, unique concept, and I did not know that this same woman was behind WandaVision and now Agatha All Along. I was going to watch it, but now this has me so much more excited, knowing that it's the same person who wrote one of my favorite, like weird underground indie movies.
Okay. So yeah, so Steph is watching, and you actually liked it. Yes, you liked it as well. No spoilers, real quick before we break it down.
Yeah, I liked it. It was different. You know, I liked how, you know, it transitioned, I'll say.
Okay. Nolly, the same?
I was very confused the first episode. I was like, okay, because I had a garden gummy prior to watching the show. And
That's what.
okay, so I was watching the first episode and I kept telling my husband, I was like, what's going on? Are we still like in the WandaVision thing? Like,
Yeah. We gotta get into that.
Here? Is it? And also the whole time I was just screaming at the screen. I was like, they had a thing. I can feel the tension. They're practically scissoring on screen. And he was like, you need to go to bed.
All right. So Ty, your feelings, man, real quick before we break it down.
I mean, I didn't personally enjoy it at all. I was like, what is this? And furthermore, Disney, what is going on over there? Y'all just letting anything pop off now. Can we get a adult section on Disney to separate it from the children? Because I'm watching it thinking, oh, it's just you know, this is fine. My son comes in the room, he sits down, starts watching it, and we're watching it, and then all of a sudden she walks out butt naked. And I'm like, now hold up.
Come on, man.
We don't. What do you mean? Come on. This is a.
She's not like butt naked. Like, come on.
What do you mean? She was butt naked, bro.
She was not.
She was naked.
Oh,
she was naked, but she wasn't like on screen naked. He's acting like she was like.
She was like Eve naked. Okay, you can see the
Eve naked is a good. She's not like striptease.
You know, yeah.
She was butt naked, bro. When she walked off, her ass was out. Are you? What do you not know?
Did you see the neighbor's face though?
Yeah.
He was like,
look, the butt is out, but it's not like she's twerking and she's on somebody's bed. There's like on-screen TV nudity.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Disney Channel is a kids and has always been a kids network. Now, all I'm saying is, Disney, if you're doing this, have an adult section so we as parents know what the hell we can expect. I will not make sure. I'm not about to sit here and argue with you about nudity on a kids network. Now,
it's not a kids network.
It is a kids network. Disney
it is not a network. It's a streaming service.
Whether it's a streaming service network, you know what I'm saying. You want to argue semantics. What I'm saying is, if Disney is going this route, which I have no problem with, make this section an adult section. If there's going to be vulgarity, cursing, and nudity, then let me know that so I don't have my child in the room when it comes on.
You what? Yes, come on.
I was gonna say, to his point, he does have, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little shocked, being that, like, you know, we knew it's a WandaVision, you know what I'm saying, spinoff, and that they had one cursing. I mean, she said what she said, which was "eat my ass."
And that wasn't all. That wasn't all either. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, like, I was like, oh wow. And then like right after, you know what I'm saying? She was naked and Eve style. You're right. I mean, it was covered, but she was. So I mean, there.
Till she walked away. Her whole ass was out.
But I mean, we do have a lot of kids that have seen Thor's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank
you know,
you.
and so but sexualizing, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, it caught us off guard. So I think parents, make your decision. Watch it. Make your decision, because I mean, some kids, you know what I'm saying, some parents don't want their, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's different for everyone. Like, Bad Tie feels a certain type of way. I'm sure there's other people, once they watch it, you know what I'm saying, they also have that same type of feeling. So you have kids, Vince. Did you watch it with your kids?
No, I didn't, but not because of that. Because they're not. Because they ain't really feeling Agatha. But I do remember. Do y'all remember a movie called Starman? Probably not. But I think you remember.
I
remember.
remember. Yes,
right.
yes,
Remember,
yes.
okay. Starman starring. If I'm not mistaken, Jeff. The same dude who was Jeff. Comment section. Look out for me. But the all I know is that when I was a kid, I watched Starman. Starman is an alien. He comes down from the stars, but when he arrives, he's butt naked in the forest somewhere. And then he shows up, they show that he shows up butt naked because he's an alien, and it show a little bit of his butt crack. But I don't remember it traumatizing me. It didn't go into him in some, relationship where it was going crazy, and that didn't happen here either. And we watched, like, our kids watch shows like Family Guy and like, and there's naked butts. So this wasn't sexual. And I know that Disney, if it had to meet certain criteria to have that type of scene, they met whatever requirements they had to in order to make sure that, like, there's no nipple, there's no salacious discussion during that. So I think that whole notion of, oh my God, I'm with my kids. Yeah, you cover your kids' eyes if it's that bad, but don't make it seem like this was like some soft porn scene that they put on Disney Plus. It wasn't nothing like that. Like, if for a split second the lady was covered, her hair was covering her body or whatever. She walked away, you could see her butt, but bam, gone. A whole adult section for that one scene, overkill.
Nah, bro. You like. First of all, again, Yaz pointed out. She said, "Eat my ass." In the second episode, she told him, "Which one of you bitches is gonna give me your power?" Or something like that. Yo, come on, man. Like, you acting like what I'm saying is that Disney has always been traditionally for the kids. Now they are transitioning over until what I'm not. It's
Deadpool is on Disney Plus too, right? Logan is on Disney Plus too, right?
And they both have designations. They both have R ratings. What I'm saying is this is a TV show. It does not have a designation of an R rating. It does not even tell you prior to the show coming on that there's vulgarity. So what I'm saying is, when you're watching these Marvel shows, again, I don't have a problem with it. But if that is the case, have an adult section. Yeah, I get it. You could put a thing on there for your kids where they can't watch certain stuff. But all I'm saying is Disney is starting to, kind of blur that line of what I'm saying, what is kind of acceptable and what is it, what I'm saying, because I guess because of the success that they had with Deadpool, now it's like, oh, okay, well, we could just take the gloves off and let whatever ride. That's all I'm saying. But for you to act as though what I'm saying as far as like, oh, it's okay to have ass out as long as it's not somebody twerking their ass. That's not okay. No,
it is. If you saw the Titanic, it's PG-13, but it's full nudity. Why?
PG-13. You know what PG-13? You know what PG-13
is? It's not sexual in nature.
First of all,
they call it, you know what
PG?
Because the scene itself was him painting her as she was nude. Therefore, since it wasn't sexual in nature,
he was caressing her breast when he was drawing them.
Oh, yes. No, come on. You're taking it a whole. I think that was in your head. But here, also, Ty, how old are your kids?
5 and 7.
All right. Should they be watching a TV-14 rated show?
TV-14 rated show. There's plenty of TV-14 rated shows that don't have any cursing.
But if it's TV-14 rated, doesn't that show you that it's not for 5 or 6 year olds?
No, because
it's TV-14. It's TV-14.
There are plenty of TV-14 shows that do not have any.
But that's what it means, though. That's what it means.
No, TV-14 means TV-14 means that it's teenage. It's teenage stuff. Yo, just because there's a teenager, and
thanks, Star.
Because TV-14 just means that it's teens in the show. That's all TV 14 means. That there's older
TV
TV 14 is not mature.
No, that's definitely a content rating. It means this content is intended for people 14 and up. And I gotta say, Agatha all along is rated 14 and up.
Yeah,
so
TV 14 is parents strongly cautioned.
Yeah, it's a guideline because that's the intended audience is not 6 or 7 year olds. It is
no. I get that, Steph, and I get both of that. What I said was it just means there's teens in it. Yo, like TV mature. That's not what it means. Let me finish. TV mature means that there is going to be things in it that is not necessarily going to be okay with an immature adult. It's for mature audience. TV 14 is just basically teens. There's teens in it. That's all it is.
It literally means parents strongly cautioned, intended for children ages 14 and older in the company of an adult. That is the meaning of TV 14. There may not be any teenagers in the content at all. It's meant for 14 and up to watch.
I've never seen a TV 14 without teenagers in it.
Bro, like, TV 14 the TV rating has nothing to do with the age of the people in the show. It's all about the people that should be able to watch the show with or without parental consent. So a TV 14 show could have all adults or all babies or no adults. It just means that
Family Guy, all kinds of Family Guy has both, but it could be a show with babies doing drugs and it's all babies and it's TV 14. Possibly contains intensely suggestive dialogue, strong coarse language, intense sexual situations, or intense violence. That's what TV 14 means.
No,
these are the categories.
This conversation.
These are the categories. Let's go down this real quick because he's trying to slander the entire Disney network because of this one scene or these couple words.
I don't know how to slander.
Check it out. Check it out. So for those who aren't aware, TVY is for 2 to 6. So from going forward, if it says TVY, then it's for toddlers ages. For older, for up to 7, all right, a little older. They give you these warnings at the beginning of every single show, and that's to your point when he said Deadpool was rated R. That's because it's for for 17 and up. When it says TV 14, parents strongly caution. They're telling you from the jump, you might see something that your kids may not necessarily want to see if that's not something that you want. That's the caution from the jump, and you're going to see that. Especially now, I think that the only reason you're saying this is because it's Disney. If this was Netflix, it wouldn't be a thing. It's really just because it's Disney, right? Because we have a higher level of expectation with regard to the content being cleaner for Disney. But that's the real reason, right? Underlying.
Absolutely. As I stated initially, I said Disney has always traditionally been for children. It has. And until Marvel came along, and then more adults are watching Disney. So now, and all I said was that if you are going to have nudity or vulgarity, then you add the TV mature label to it rather than TV 14, because even with TV 14, I don't see nudity in TV 14. I see nudity in TVMA, which is normally where that kind of comes. Now, if it's anything else, let me know, because TV 14, I don't normally see nudity and
brief nudity. I think it's brief nudity. Go ahead, Steph.
And/or partial nudity.
So that also includes like when a baby is born and they show a quick naked baby butt. You know what I'm saying? It could include breastfeeding. It could include non-sexual paintings or statues in the background that do have nudity. Like there's a whole classification for these types of things, but the main thing is that they try to caution you. Now, where I will give you credit is, when they say TV 14, what they don't say sometimes is 14 because. But if you watch the very beginning, normally it flashes, it says TV mild, mild violence, brief nudity, so on and so forth, and it'll give you some sort of, all right, so we got that part out. All right, so it may have had some naked butt, and maybe some kids may have seen it when they shouldn't have. Outside of that, it sounds like, if I'm being honest, Ty, that wasn't even like the least of the concerns. It sounded like it bored you, or the show wasn't even up to par with your standards. It didn't do the usual Marvel thing
Well,
outside of the
yeah.
whole rating thing.
Well, absolutely. First and foremost, I don't know that. What is the main character's name in real life?
Like her
real name. Her real name.
Oh.
Agatha's real name.
You mean the Agnes? Oh, you mean the actor who plays Agatha?
The actress, yes, the actor.
Yeah.
Her name.
Yeah,
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine
Catherine
Hahn.
what?
Yeah,
Catherine something. I said I call it. I don't know what is.
I think it's
somebody
Hahn.
in the comments.
Okay, thank you. Catherine Hahn.
All right, there it is.
All right. So while I was watching the first episode, right, the entire the whole she's in a dream and still in the dream state that Wanda left her in, right? I was like, is this for real? Because her acting just seemed like she was trying so hard. Like, you ever seen somebody who's seen like a lot of movies and watched a lot of cop movies where they play good cop, bad cop? Well, she like her like when she got in her cop thing, it was like machismo cop. Like she was like and to me it just kind of felt like excessive. I was like, well, what are you, like you're doing like there was some parts I was just like, you're doing too much. And then I realized, okay, this is a dream state, and then she came out of it, and then the real show started. But then when the real show started, I was still getting that energy. I was like, all right, so this is really just how you act. So like I've seen her, and I saw her in WandaVision. I thought she did a really good job in WandaVision. I'm gonna give her credit. But in this, I'm starting to wonder if maybe the supporting role is just catered better suited for her, because I don't know that the lead role is necessarily good for her with her acting chops, because it just didn't translate for me. A lot of it, I was like, it was just like that. So as I kept watching, I was just like more and more like, yeah, this is there's really nothing here. Like I'm watching it, just waiting for something to happen, and nothing's happening. I was like, I mean, I'll give Marvel credit for the suspense factor that they're trying to raise. Like they really are truly trying to make a horror series. And there were parts that kind of jumped out when the guys in black showed up. That shit kind of felt a little scary. But it's something about her, man, that's just it's not doing it for me.
I can see that. Because even though I wasn't sober watching it, I was very much like I was like, is she pretending? Or is like, it felt like it was like when you're in the spotlight and then you get nervous and you feel like you have to overcompensate so that everyone else knows that you know what you're doing. It felt like that, if that made sense.
Yeah. Yes.
So you know who she kind of like playing her cop role, you know who she reminded me of? You guys have seen Dexter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, Austin, my husband, and I, we literally were like looking at each other. We're like, is she channeling Deborah Morgan right now? Because I feel like 100% she was channeling Deborah Morgan from Dexter, like from eating the donut to the way she dressed, her mannerisms. Like I was just like, are we looking at Deborah right now? And like,
and remember, and Deborah was never really. She felt like she was living her life to try to meet her father's standards, because she always felt like Dexter was the favorite. So she overcompensated in everything to be good at what she was. I see it.
See it?
The math is nothing for me.
100%. I was just like, oh my gosh. And we just looked at each other and I was just like, I had to pause it and I was like, are you feeling Deborah Morgan vibes right now from this? I was like, because I'm just like, I'm feeling it. I'm like 100%. And then when she you know what I'm saying, started, outfit changing, I think that was like ultimately my favorite part.
Okay.
Like the flashback, I thought that was cool.
Also, like when she started taking off her clothes when she was breaking out of the thing, I was like, damn, girl, how many layers you got?
Yeah, right. I wonder why she was hot.
What deodorant did she use?
Well, let's kind of walk through that real quick. So, I have mixed feelings about the show. I thought that it was a good introduction to a different concept. We see that Star Wars moved into the witch territory. Now we see Marvel heavily moving into the witch territory, even though we know they already broached that with Scarlet Witch. But the building off of that world of Westview, I think, is a good idea. Like Ty, the first half of the first episode did confuse the shit out of me. And at first, once I kind of realized, all right, we're going to get into our spoilers section. All right, so those who haven't seen it, if they ain't your prerogative, you ain't trying to listen to this right now, it's your thing. Come on back after you've seen the review. I mean, after you've seen it, and we'll review with you. But for right now, let's go ahead and get to the spoilers. 3, 2, 1. When she finally realized that she was not where she was originally as a police officer or whatever the fuck that bullshit was, then it kind of took a twist, right? Then we realized that what they tried to do is they tried to give us 2 episodes of WandaVision in the first 15 minutes of Agatha. Am I tripping? Like, you know how they gave us this twist in WandaVision after the second episode and we started realizing, oh, there's some shit going on? They didn't even wait till the second or third episode in this one. It was like, nah, we're going to put her in some bullshit and we're going to wake her up in the middle of it. And then it's the dude, the little dude who I haven't finished episode 2 yet, so I don't know all that goes on. But the little dude, he had something to do with it. But I do like, out of pros and cons, I do like that they are actually building this as a prequel, essentially, for a woman in Westview amidst the trauma that Wanda's going through. What I'm confused about, and I need somebody to help me with this, where is Wanda when this is happening? Because they showed like a picture of her laying on like in a morgue, so to speak, with a toe tag, but she can't be dead and keeping Westview hostage at the same time. Yes, explain. Help me understand.
So they kind of like answered that basically. So because she was still in the trans and Wanda was technically dead, you see what I'm saying? She was caught, like stuck into it. You see, like in the spell, she was stuck in Wanda's spell. So because, you know what I'm saying, like Wanda didn't take her out of it before she died, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why you saw Wanda's body, because if you remember in the movie, all we saw was Wanda, like, Scarlet Witch. We saw her at the temple and the temple just collapsed and we saw a light go up. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And then what happened to her after that? We don't know. You see? So
okay.
That's, I think, where, like, why there's no, and they kind of alluded also when they were doing their police investigation that, like, there's no footprints or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the body was undisturbed. It was like she dropped, you know what I'm saying, was dropped out of thin air.
All right, can you walk me back? Wanda died in Doctor Strange Part 2.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Remember, she with the Darkhold at the.
Oh, but there was another Wanda. Wasn't there 2 Wandas?
There are many Wandas.
Right.
Right. So, but this, so the Wanda that I assume that the Wanda
is dead.
But that's Wanda that Wanda originally created. That's an alternative universe Wanda that made the kid. Wait, no. Okay.
No.
All right.
Yo, can we
I thought,
pass it? Yeah, Wanda's not dead. Just like that.
I don't think she's dead, but she's
right.
gone.
No, this was all part of her dream. None of that was real.
Right.
But like she was coming out of the trance. This all of this has to do with the Darkhold. This is why she wrote the Darkhold. This is why the Darkhold was destroyed, and her power was attached to the Darkhold. When the Darkhold was destroyed, she was trapped in this place that Wanda put her in. And I guess when the Darkhold was destroyed, it somehow trapped her in the thing because because Wanda never came back, I guess, from wherever, when she went to the mountain or whatever, to release her from this prison that she put her in. So we didn't get to see it technically in WandaVision, Wanda putting her in this pocket space or whatever, the dream land. Well, I don't know what to call it, but whatever she was put in, Wanda put her there. And the Darkhold, remember, Agatha had the Darkhold prior to her. Remember in her little under the in the basement little area. Yeah, she had the Darkhold. So from what I gathered from the episode, she basically found, I guess, when she was doing the stuff and underlining the letters, she spelled out Darkhold. Then right after she spelled out Darkhold is when she wound up meeting up, I think, with the young dude whose name we can't know because every time he tries to speak, it gets muted. Which leads me to believe also that that's her son, Nicholas Scratch. And somehow she doesn't know that because remember, he's the one that broke the spell that Wanda put on her for her to wake up. And she did mention that. She said, "Why do you need even the road? If you were able to break the Scarlet Witch's spell, then boy, you know a lot more than you know." So, and that is a kind of a hint to who he may be. So, yeah, I think this all has to do with the destruction of the Darkhold, which is why she went to the library. And the guy also said, yeah, they destroyed every copy. I have no idea what those copies are, but the fact that they keep referencing books and destruction of books and stuff like that kind of leads me to believe that that's what why she still was in the pocket thing in the first place, was because Wanda never was able to come back and release her from the spell that she put on her in the first place.
Yes.
Okay, so the name of the library, like the name of the book on the library card, if you really I had to because I was looking at it and I had to really look at it. So it was it was Dialogue and Rhetoric, Known History of Learning and Debate. So if you take the first letter of every one of those words, it spells out Darkhold.
What does it stand for again? Dialogue and history.
Dialogue and rhetoric, known history for learning and debate.
So the Darkhold is in the library, maybe. I thought it was destroyed by.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's how it was all connected. You see what I'm saying? The library card was the only thing that she had as a clue. The Darkhold was the reason why she was stuck there. That's what Bad Tie was saying. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it was that was the Easter egg, and there was the library card. If you really looked and it spelled out, you know what I'm saying, the first letter of it, it spells Darkhold. So and that's why the whole books, you know what I'm saying, they were gone. The bookshelves and everything in the library was burnt up because it was destroyed. You see what I'm saying? So it all it kind of gives you the Easter eggs inside of the clues and gives you the answers to what you're looking for inside of it. So that way it's more understandable. And if you think about it, when they found Wanda's body in on by the lake, Agatha walked over to this little pond area and she found a brooch. If you really look at that brooch, that's Agatha Harkness. That was her brooch that she wears.
Bro, all this happened.
Yeah. So okay. So in the very beginning, when they find the body and they're going down to the lake to find Wanda's body, Agatha walks over, to this little pond area, and she picks up a little brooch out of the water. Remember that? And we were all thinking in our head oh, she's hiding evidence. If you really think what that evidence is, the brooch that she takes to the pawn shop, it's Agatha's brooch that she wears on her neck.
Okay.
It has her hair inside of it. You see what I'm saying? All things that, probably helped her son, which I think it's her son too as well. That's why we can't, because he was a baby. They showed a room with you know what I'm saying, baby stuff inside of it. And now he's a teenager. So I that's also what I think as well, is that might maybe be her son. So I don't know. The show is just very interesting. You really have to pay attention because it has a lot of Easter eggs inside of it. It's just think about WandaVision when you watch it. You really have to pay attention because there's a lot of things that are tying it together.
To that note, let me play this real quick for those who haven't. This is just a quick preview, Instagram preview that kind of indicates what this actually is. So let's just check this out real quick and see if it gives us any answers or questions, or if it gives us anything that we can highlight in addition to what we've already highlighted.
It's buried beneath this place. Agatha, what is happening? Witchcraft. The bodies are really piling up. Feels so good. There are secrets buried beneath this place.
Agatha, what is happening? Witchcraft.
The bodies are really piling up. Feels so good.
So the thing that I like about this, frankly, is, as I said before, the delving into the witchcraft, which I'm a fan of for whatever reason that is. I guess because it's mysterious to me. Another thing that I like is this character, the character that plays her, what's her name? Amber. It's Aubrey. Whatever. Oh my God! Like, yo, I love this. Yes. Why do I like her so much? Like, I remember her from all these other shows,
Yeah,
and I feel
I've
like
always
this
liked her.
villain, this particular role, when I saw her break out at the end of the first episode as what appears to be possibly one of the main villains in this story, I was excited about it because I dig her as an actress.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that this show goes well. I'm hoping that this part plays out. But at the same time, after watching the first episode and a half, I'm still not completely sold on what it is that I'm watching. In that, I can't tell if Disney is trying to straddle, to Ty's point, the suspense with the humor. Is the humor meant to be dry? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she actually this silly? Because she comes across as like somebody who was a certain way before she became powerful, and then she changed, but now she's coming across as just generally aloof, and that's a little more difficult, in my opinion, to watch constantly. Somebody just being stupid all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm getting WandaVision meets Wednesday vibes, you know what I'm saying, with this. And I don't know, man. I don't know. But Steph, you said you watched it. What are your I know you're not really, as critical, I think. So just from your perspective, being a WandaVision fan, what were your thoughts on it?
So no, I didn't watch it. I watched lots of clips and commercials, but I'm excited about it because the director is the same person who directed one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm going to watch it. I will say I have mixed feelings about the witchcraft, which I get is like the point of the whole show. But I have one of my mother would panic if she knew I was watching this.
What? But isn't Nolly is delved into the Wiccan world, and y'all seem to be pretty good friends. I wouldn't think that something small as witchcrafts and hexes and frog stews and things of that sort. I don't know. I mean, I'm being prejudiced now, but yeah, Nolly, tell Steph there's nothing to worry about, right? Witches are good, right? Damn, you made me laugh like Michael Jackson. All right. All right. Well, what is it? Is it like me, Steph? Like where we grew up in religious households, so witchcraft, sorcery, things like that. You automatically just kind of have like an impulse to stay away from because of our religious upbringing.
Yes, there's a Ouija board scene. I think that made me uncomfortable. Ouija boards make me very uncomfortable.
Okay. Did you listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony back in the day? I know you didn't, because I know you would never. Dear Mr. Ouija, can you please tell me my future? Will I die of murder? A bloody murder. Come again, murder. More murder. More murder. All right, I'm aging myself, but I don't give a fuck. Goddamn, I'm gonna be gone someday. Y'all gonna know what was in my head. All right. Well, listen, I ain't gonna lie. The show started off, and then it started to kind of topple off a little bit as we got a little deeper into it. I'm not exactly sure, frankly, if I love it or not, but I will say this: I like the concept, I like the villain, I like the idea of Disney delving into witches and welcoming it. I'm not opposed to the nudity that was in the first episode. You know, it was very mild in my opinion, but I understand the concern. But
I'm not opposed to it. Let's be clear. I'm not opposed to the nudity. I'm just saying.
Just want to have more. It's just not Disney-esque.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it, just have the ratings so that I know, because my kid, like you say, why would you let your kid? My kids watch Marvel movies. Like they've always I literally let them watch Iron Man, Captain America, all it. You know what I'm saying? But in none of those am I seeing anybody nude, and nobody's really saying nothing vulgar. So that's why I was like it's there. I feel like Disney has made that leap from because remember, like you shake your head, but remember we were having this discussion about whether or not Disney was going to, how they were going to handle some of these properties once they got them. Like, were they going to be overly, cautious with Deadpool? Were they gonna dumb stuff down? We know now that Disney is like full on. Let's let's go with it. So it's cool, whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, like, why was Disney? Remember when Cap had to say, "Watch your language"? You know what I'm saying? Cap said that multiple times. Why did he say that? Because they was using words that in the Cap's era were inappropriate. So, I mean, I think that Marvel has played around with vulgarity, so to speak. I don't think they've gone full. With the exception of Deadpool, they haven't gone like full, and fuck my face, boys.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
But at the same time,
I think Cap. If you say damn, Cap is like, hey, watch your language. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody's saying anything crazy on any of the Marvel movies. And
literally in Guardians of the Galaxy, he says, "Open the fucking door." You know what I'm saying? Like this notion that Marvel is completely queen. Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna take this call right quick. I'm gonna be right back.
What just happened? Oh, is it?
What?
Is it time? It was time. The coffee hit. Anyway, so carrying on. As we were saying, who was saying? Oh, he was saying. Somebody say something.
I cannot. All right. So, yeah, I don't know.
Where would you rank this in the list of Disney shows based on what you've seen so far? Like, I'm trying to remember how many there are. So but if you were to just, where would you put this in the list with some of the other shows that come to mind recently? Loki, WandaVision, Hawkeye, etc. Would you say this is above or below the other recent Disney shows? Marvel Disney shows.
I know. I would rank it. I would rank it. I would rank it above Secret Invasion and above let me see, what was the two worst? I would put it before Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion was the worst.
What about Moon Knight? That was weird.
Moon Knight wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I wouldn't like this. I'm like, just based off what I've seen thus far, I'm really not feeling what I've seen thus far. Now, can it get better? Absolutely. Is it just kind of in its start off? So I can't really go too crazy with it. But I would put it above Secret Invasion and above She-Hulk. That's where I would rate it.
Okay. I think this show is going to do poorly. And in terms of ratings, if we're rating it, I'm going to put it at the very bottom of the list right now.
Below Secret Invasion?
But I don't hold Secret. I don't look at Secret Invasion like everybody else. I don't think it sucked as bad as everybody thinks. I don't. I've held that. I didn't like it as much as everybody, but I didn't think it sucked as bad. I'm not gonna sit here and trash Secret Invasion as much as if it was like the worst show that Disney Plus put out.
It was absolutely the worst.
It absolutely was not. I mean, if we're taking Disney Plus as a whole,
what's worse? But
Marvel
properties.
It may have been lower on the pedestal, But I mean, if we're taking like Disney in terms of Star Wars, Marvel, all of that, then it doesn't rank. Like,
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're doing Marvel properties. Marvel.
Well, for Marvel properties, I still think that, unfortunately, I just don't. I think She-Hulk was meant to be a comedy. It got taken more serious than it should have been. And I think that the Winter Soldier, excuse me, the Falcon and wait a minute, are we talking Falcon and Winter Soldier or
all the properties? The Marvel.
No, which one did you say? No, Secret Invasion. I'm sorry, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
The biggest problem with Secret Invasion was the fact that there's a guy who's over the Avengers who refused to summon the Avengers. I think that was one of the biggest issues. I didn't mind Gravik. I thought that the Super Skrull introduction was okay. I think that they shouldn't have killed him off. I liked Amelia Clark's role. I like the concept of Skrulls being hidden within us. I think that we're gonna look back at that show years down the line and be like, it wasn't as bad as most Marvel projects do. But in this one in particular, I think this one's not gonna do as well because they're trying to like inject horror and witchcraft and humor, and they're trying to use Wanda Maximoff in the backdrop. When let's keep it real, when you bring us in the realm of Wanda and don't give us Wanda, we're not happy about it. Now it's starting to feel like Monster Squad, like Goonies. It's starting to feel like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's have a little kid journey quest adventure. And I don't know if there's an appetite for that right now. All of these witches, it's giving, I can put a project together and let's see how it goes. Not, oh, I have a dope idea for a project that's going to kill. You understand what I'm saying? And for that, I think it's going to end up at the very bottom, Steph, of the totem pole.
I have faith, and here's why. I've talked about it a couple times. This director is known for genre bending. The Project Timer that I talked about is a really, really well done sci-fi rom-com. Not two things that you see combined often. Right. And it is very much futuristic sci-fi, and it is also very much a realistic contemporary rom-com. And I've never seen those genres done together that well. So I think that part of her artistic vision is, I'm going to take two completely disparate genres and worlds, and I'm going to put them together. I mean, we saw in WandaVision how every freaking episode was a different genre. So it sounds like maybe it hasn't found its sea legs in the first two episodes. Right. But if anybody can take horror, adventure, and comedy and put it together, I think that it is this woman, because that is what she does. Okay.
What's the
I'm going to be interested.
Go ahead, Tom, my bad.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be interested to see how you perceive the lead actress in this, though, because I don't think it's gonna be the writing that's you're gonna have a problem with. I think it's gonna be the acting, because again, with the first two episodes, when you see what I'm talking about, and you will see what I'm talking about immediately, it's like to have to watch the lead actor do this every single week is going to become extremely annoying. And that's the problem. Like, I think Catherine Hahn as a supporting actress would have been absolutely great. I think because she has energy, she has charisma, but just the way she's acting right now, it just feels forced. And you being an improver, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what you call it. If you call it improvers, I don't know. But yeah, improvise. Yes. So it's you will have a better, I think, grasp of her acting chops and kind of be able to assess it better than I could. So
well, we have 9 episodes to figure it out. So, I mean, the last ones air like around Halloween. So, I mean, it's only 2 right now. So, I mean, we definitely have some time to, I guess, change our opinions of what we think is going to happen, I guess.
Yeah. I say we keep watching. We report back at 1000 next week, and see whether or not our feelings have changed. But as of right now, I guess some of us are hold on. Yeah, yes, bottom of the list. Yes, Darth. Yes. Sorry, I don't normally get distracted by comments, but yes. Sorry. This is not hitting Loki. It's not hitting Wanda. It's not hitting even Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's not hitting those marks. And it's not an action-based show to an extent. Yeah, we're going to see some powers and some CGI, but we're not going to see people knocking each other out and shit like that and a bunch of martial arts. So, I mean, even though we didn't see that in WandaVision either, but at the same time, I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. But as of right now, it's not looking promising. But before we get too deep into this and go further and further, because I know we haven't discussed the Penguins release, which I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I know you saw some of it, Ty, and a couple other ones. And I know shout out to our boy Anthony, came on last week, was discussing From, which looks like it might be one of Yaz's new favorite shows. But I was very curious. There's a movie that's out that just came out not too long ago, called Uglies. I don't know if y'all, I know yet, Ty, you talked about it. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to see it. I got a chance to check it out this week.
I saw it,
and I thought it had a very fascinating concept. Let's talk about it. I have a quick preview that I want to show y'all. And at the end of this preview, let's see if we can see how we feel about this. So without further ado, check this out, y'all, real quick.
My life, I wanted to be pretty. I thought it would change everything. Hundreds of years ago, people became overly reliant on fossil fuels. They squandered Earth's natural resources, and the planet quickly descended into chaos and war. A few of the very best scientists were tasked with salvaging what was left of civilization, and they came up with something revolutionary. A plan for a truly renewable power source. The transformation. Everyone, on their 16th birthday, undergoes a life-changing operation to become their most perfect self. And when everyone is perfect, conflict melts away. Everyone is healthy, happy, pretty. But then there are the rest of us awaiting our operation. Until then, we're less than, ignored. People call us uglies. All my life, I wanted to be pretty.
Man, I really wanted Steph to. Man, I don't know what happened to Steph. We lost her.
She had to go.
But man, she had to go. Oh, damn! I really wanted her. I really wanted to get her opinion on this. But this was a concept that Ty put me on to, but then the wife actually brought to my attention, where the concept is, as you all heard, everybody's basically ugly. They're ugly duckling, prepubescent, acne-ridden, underdeveloped slime before they turn 16. And then at the point they turn 16, they undergo this procedure, right, that makes you pretty. And in this world of being pretty, everything is great. Everything works well. Everybody gets along because, well, we're so beautiful and everything works for us. But the plot thickens when they learn that the surgery or the operation actually has an impact on their brain that takes away their ability to be intellectual to an extent. And there's also a counter argument to the notion that just having this surgery makes everything great. The other argument is, well, what about let's just be our natural selves and not care about what everybody thinks. And let's just live in the woods, and just, make baked beans by the fire and, not worry about tech. It's a very interesting concept, man. I honestly, I wasn't ready for it. I watched this reluctantly as shit. I'm sitting there trying to play my video games, and the wife's like, I want to watch Uglies. I'm like, all right, whatever. Happy wife, happy life. We start watching, and I'm like, okay, the CGI has got me, the action, okay, all right, okay. And then the notion of it was like, Ty, tell me you agree. It's kind of like Hunger Games and Divergent had a baby and made this movie. Am I close?
No, that's exactly how I described it. I described it as Hunger Games with hoverboards. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like it gives you that classism is now traded out for like, you know, the visualization aspect of it. So now because I'm pretty, I'm of higher status. I'm of, you know, like my status has changed.
Right.
Even though I'm the same person, I've just changed my the way I look outwardly. Now I feel like I'm better than those who haven't got the operation yet. And it really, I think that it really touches on a lot of things. It goes deep. It goes deep when it starts to like really talk about the way one perceives themselves, the how far you're willing to go, you know, what encompasses beauty, what like there's a real conversation about, you know, what really makes one pretty. Like, is it the outward aspect, or is it the inner aspect? And I think they do a really good job of breaking that down and really letting you focus in on that through the main character and her relationships with her friends, and I'll leave it at that, because you know you want people to actually watch the movie.
Yeah, Nolly, as a literature buff, I understand that this movie is based off of a book. And if I may say so, when you watch it, it feels like you're watching a book, if that makes any sense. You know, I kind of get that feeling like when I watch Maze Runner, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's been a while since I had that feeling. You know, it took me back to like Neverending Story days, like when you're watching a book come to life, when she's on the hoverboard and doing all this crazy stuff. Like it's really dope to watch. But I wonder if this was a missed opportunity to have made this a series. All right, make it 6, 8 episodes. No, Ty, you don't think so? Yeah,
No, because this clearly they're clearly doing a sequel to this. This is not just. Yeah.
My issue with it is that the ratings are so fucking low and the marketing was almost non-existent that I'm worried that it's gonna be like Divergent, because remember we got 3 Divergent movies because they split the last book into 2 movies, and then all of a sudden they were like, we think the rest should be a TV series, and so every star dropped out of the project and we never got an ending. So I'm worried that because the ratings are really low, there was like no marketing or hype up for it, that we're not gonna get a second movie. And it's a trilogy of books, and so I'm like, there's just so much more, and there were things that were left out of the movie that were in the book, and so I'm like, are we gonna get the whole story?
Yeah, I didn't
be canceling everything.
The ratings were low for this, Nolly. That really? They were.
I was looking it up, and I was like,
wow, that's surprising.
It got
it was really good.
3.3.
Oh wow.
On IMDb?
Let me see. Oh, a 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh wow, that is
34% on Metacritic and 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think I know why.
Damn, 15?
Wow.
But look at what our comment section is saying though. Like, you know, like there's it's all beautiful white people, but there's not though. Like there's people of color. If you watch the actual movie, you will see plot twist. All right, one of the most main other characters that we get to learn about and, you know, develop when you watch the movie, he's of color. His whole family's of color.
Well, in addition to that, the one of the main beautiful people is a person of color. I mean, even albeit they're you know of the alphabet community. This is not just meant to showcase white folks versus black, even though at first, before they kind of flesh it out, it does kind of feel that way. But as soon as you're introduced to David, all right, I'm gonna say his name, David. This stuff it's a clear. You get Matrix, you get a little bit of Matrix.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Matrix in it. You know what I'm saying? Like they take you from the Matrix to Zion, essentially, in
Pretty
this
much,
movie.
yes.
But it's still a different concept. And I think also what it exploits is the notion that beauty for everybody kills all adversity, because it doesn't. The first thing happens is, well, man, we spoil this shit. I don't know. Well, before we spoil anything, let me address this. I don't normally address comments, but this is one of our homies. Lisa says that's Chase Stokes, local Orlando kid. Which one is Chase, the girl or the boy? Which one?
Chase. Chase.
And they're Orlando. They're out of Orlando now. For those watching, listening, some of us are based in Orlando. Here's a real quick another sideshow. I think one of these is Chase.
Chase Stokes.
So this next scene that we're shooting is where Paris has become a pretty.
Paris? I run into Paris. It's me. And he is not the same.
What are you doing here?
And it's really sad because he promised he would keep his scar.
You promised me.
And he promised that we would be best friends forever. And then he turns back on that promise. And this is that moment.
And action.
We said best friends forever.
Maybe we will be.
And cut.
So you kind of get the gist of the plot thickening here, and what happens here. But I don't know which is Chase is the guy. Okay, my bad.
Chase.
I ain't know. I got to start memorizing the IMDb before I come on.
Yeah,
He from Orlando. Where he went to Lake Howell? Where he a lineman dude?
He went to Timber Creek High School and graduated from Valencia.
Okay.
Oh shit! He is a local dude. Yo, what? Yo, yeah, that's right. He's on Outer Banks. That's right. Okay, all right. My bad. I didn't realize. Yo, okay, all right. Don't you think it's kind of funny though? When they have to take like people that some would say they have to work to make them ugly. It's like when it's in the beginning, this dude is like, all right, whatever. Anyway, well, I think it's a good concept. I say we give y'all a chance to check it out. Let's circle back on this movie after a week from now, and let's talk about what your feelings are on it, possibly even with Steph, maybe even with Tiffy, who says she's going to come on and talk with us about Agatha pretty soon. So, yeah, man, I'm just saying, if it wasn't on your radar, maybe consider putting it there, because movie, in my opinion, was frankly
it was good.
Fire.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was
came out of left field. I was
too.
not expecting it. So let's go ahead and keep this moving, because as you all know, Mordor is upon us, and we did have another episode this week of Rings of Power. I'm not gonna ask y'all how y'all felt about it. I ain't gonna lie, because we spent enough time talking about a bunch of other stuff. But I am curious as to your thoughts on the developments of this week's show. But before we even get into that, since you did have a chance to watch it, you want to kind of maybe break it down for us a little bit and kind of tell us like what all it is that those who didn't see it missed, or maybe just kind of summarize the Yaz notes, if you will.
I got you. Whew, y'all get ready. Okay, here we go. Well, we had an interesting episode. We came right into it with I can't remember what our boy's name is in this show. I don't know why.
Allendale? Who? Which guy? Who?
The elf guy.
Arendelle?
Arendir. All right, well, we came into it with him just like, I'm telling you, if they don't use him for something, it's like some acting stuff, like in the future, they're wasting talent, because this man was fucking slicing and fucking dicing some fucking orcs to death in the beginning, bro. We jumped right into action on this episode was crazy. All right, so after we slice and dice these orcs, he found a map to a region that these orcs just had chilling with them, which light bulb, that's not good. They're planning to attack. So he's on his way, Mary trotting to tell the High King, and then we go back and we're over in We're over in a Region, checking out with Calibrimworm. This man is working himself to the bone. I'm telling you, like, him and the elves, elder abuse is a thing, okay? Like, they need to calm down with all that work because this man is so distraught. He is so exhausted. He can't even remember the damn head elf's name. What the fuck? He can't remember where he put his hammer. He can't remember what the fuck he ate for breakfast yesterday. He's going through some dementia and he needs to chill the fuck out. Okay, these rings have got him distressed, all right? But have no fear, Anatar is here, okay, to help the children and, you know, just be a servant and, you know, work hard. Well, we're at a fucking mithril, so guess where Anatar has to go to? God damn it! He's got to go treat with the damn fucking dwarves. It's all right though, because on his journey, we're gonna go and hang out. Don't forget Sauron and you know, Galadriel. We're breaking tea right now, trying to discuss how we're gonna, you know, fucking kill Sauron and get that motherfucker. But little does Galadriel know. Oh, that poor beautiful little elf. She's playing right into Adar's hand. She tells him fucking everything. She tells him Halbrand is fucking goddamn Sauron. She tells him, oh, by the way, I gave my ring to Elrond. Why the fuck would you tell him that shit? I'm sorry. And we also got to figure out what the name of her ring was. If you guys really did pay attention, it is called Nayana. That is what she named her ring. So, you know, Naya, say it again.
Oh. Nenya.
Nenya. Like Nenya business, bitch.
Period.
So, yeah. So, this episode just got crazier and crazier from there because, you know, Sauron is trying to use the crown. Oh, not Sauron. I'm sorry. Adar he showed fucking Galadriel that, hey, I did kill Sauron at one point. All right, he did die. I used his fucking crown to murder that motherfucker. So we need your rings. We need the crown. That's how we're gonna kill his ass. And this man, oh, this poor man, he is so just hell bent. But we're gonna pause because shit is going on in Numenor. And when I'm talking about we're on trial, okay, I'm talking about our boy, the sea captain Elendil. He's on trial for his crimes that he didn't really commit. Pharazôn is a fucking crazy leader. That's all I gotta say about that. So we're going to the Valinor. We're gonna put this motherfucker in the water and see if the sea creature is gonna eat his ass. But wait, the queen shows up. She's like, since it was done in my honor, I will take his place. And this bitch gets into the water and this fucking thing comes at her and we get to see a fucking kraken in the water, dog. Like, if you got this bitch is blind, thank God, because I would have been like, okay, some bubbles would have came up or something, bro. Okay, that shit. Woo! When he opened his mouth, I'm telling you, that was, woo. I was shaking, but it's okay though, because he deemed her worthy and spit her ass back out, and she is innocent in front of all of Valinor, and she is the queen of the sea. Woo! All right, we're gonna move on from there. So now we move on, and you know, Pharazôn is pissed where we want him to be, you know, little bitch. So now we're gonna travel into the woods. And my boy Tom, you know Tom Bombadil in the Istar, this motherfucker's trying to figure out how to get his staff and his powers. So let's go on a journey, motherfucker. It's a long little journey into the woods, and I'm gonna take you into this dead tree valley and pick your staff. Well, yeah. How long is it gonna take? As long as you need. But Nori, I need to save Nori, my friend. You got two choices. That's what Tom Bombadil says. All right. And this, I'm not gonna lie, when he said this, oh God, my God. He said, oh, fail this last trial and there won't be another. What's gonna happen to the Ishtar? Do you think he's gonna fail? You think he's gonna get that tree, or you think he's gonna save Nori? Which one do you think he's gonna do? I think he's gonna fucking go get that tree to save Nori. But we're gonna go and find out where the fuck is Nori? What the fuck is she even doing? Is she still hanging out with those little stores? Like, what's going on with them? And you know, the little fucking Dementors coming after them and shit in the mountains because the bad wizard, the dark wizard's coming after their asses. Well, you know, we have some peace and some beauty finally in the story. You know, Nori gets to find out the difference between a Harfoot and a store, and the difference is they stay, and they're born in their houses, and they die in their houses. And Harfoots travel every month, apparently. They're motherfucking nomads. They just be trucking along, new house, new life, new everything. Like, it was pretty crazy. But we get to find out nobody actually has a name. And it took his parents all his life, but 2 years ago, to figure out we're gonna name him Merrimack. Are you fucking serious? Why did his parents they're that undecisive? Just think about this poor boy for one moment. He's like grown. His parents just gave him a name. Fucking just gave him a name. Yeah. So Poppy and Merrimack, aka Nobody, they end up, you know, wanting to fall in love, and we have some beautiful little happiness, and it's all dandy, and they kiss for the first time, and yeah, and she's like, "Did you have lizard for supper?"
Yeah, she did.
Like, did you have lizard? Because she could taste that shit. But it's okay though. It's okay though, because
Something else.
I mean, she was, but not with that lizard breath. She was like, "Go brush your teeth. And we can reconvene this conversation," is what she really said. Okay, that's what it sounds like. I'm just saying, but it's okay though, because the Ishtar, he's got one path to choose from, and it's either his friend or his destiny. What do you think he's going to do? Well, that's up to him. Anyway, the doors, we're waiting for fucking, you know, Antar to show up. He needs some fucking mithril, so he's gonna be all sweet and innocent. But wait. King Doran is the one that's like, "What you want? You want this?" I don't know. I don't think I want to give you this. And, you know, and yeah. What you got for me? Well, we have lumbar, and, you know, I know you're building and you're growing, and, you know, you need timber, you know, to grow your mind. And he's like, yeah. And he said, "Oh, and whatever else you desire, special, if you need it." Hint, hint. Just saying. Well, guess what? Mr. King Durham was like, "Well, fuck you. I don't need shit. Leave."
Yeah.
So guess what? Little Antar was like, "Don't be Sauron." He glitched. If you saw that motherfucker, he glitched. He was like, he was about to do something, motherfucker glitched. So guess where Antar went? He went to go talk to the little fucking dwarf miner who has the mithril. And guess what? He gave him the fucking mithril like an idiot. I swear. It's okay though, because King Durin finally gets truly called out by his son, and he says, "Daddy, take the ring off. The ring it's consuming you. It's taking over you." He said, "Boy, you don't tell me shit, boy." And he fucking, Daddy backhand that nigga. Just,
Yo.
He did. Tell me he did not. Yo, I'm just saying, Durin was flying, yo. He laid on his back like, did he just hit me? He just hit me? Yo, tell me he didn't look shocked when his dad smacked the shit out of him. He did. It's okay though. We were all shocked. Yo, that shit was nuts. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Oh, Daddy laid the smack down. Gave him the elbow." It's okay though. It's okay though, because Decent was like, "You gonna touch my man like that? I'm gonna show you how we do shit in this motherfucking kingdom." And she used her power of her Ayul, which is her voice, and the power of the mountain, and she Master wasn't ready for the fucking bat-like creatures that came out of that mountain. He said, "Oh, is that supposed to frighten me?" No, they are. Damn! Guess who went running like a little bitch? And then we got to see a really touching, like, husband-wife moment. Durham was like, "I love you," and she said, "Love me later." That's a true woman of color right there. Love me later. We got work to do.
Yeah, that was good.
I applaud. I was like, "Tell him, girl. Tell him. Tell him." She said, "They'll be back. There'll be more." Shit got crazy. Well, now we're trying to go back to Adar, and we're trying to figure out what Adar's thinking. And guess what? Galadriel figured it out. Sauron is going to use Adar's giant fucking siege army when they attack. He's going to and we get to see it in the last little spit of the episode. Whew, it cut out for us to see motherfucking Editar. He's fucking grinning all happy and shit, and because he fucking fooled Celebrimbor. This motherfucker is a goddamn wizard. Celebrimbor was like, "I hear shit. Something's going on outside. I need to get outside." And he's like,
"Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay." He's like, "No, move." Fucking pushes, put hands. I'm talking about Celebrimbor. He got a little bit of respect for you when he put hands. He said, "Unhand me, my friend." He was getting a little gangster towards the end of the and then of course Anatar with his sweet words and go look and see, everything is okay. That spell that turned it from night to day. That was, everyone's la 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 and singing, and I'm a happy elf, and all this craziness is not happening. That shit was nuts. I'm just saying, this motherfucker is, I'm just saying, master manipulator, okay? Just wow, okay? This nigga's on level 10, all right? I'm just saying. Celebrimbor was like, "Oh, everyone's fine. My people. Okay, let me go back to work. Did you get the mithril?" He said, "Here's your shit. Get back. Go." "Okay, I will go." And guess what? He went back into the forge to make more fucking rings. He said, "No rings? Oh, you have the mithril? I'll make your rings. No problem." Well, Antar just and guess what? Chaos and fire and siege and oh shit, the orcs got these fiery fucking boulders. Shit got crazy. So I cannot wait until we get to the next episode because I want to see what happened. This shit got nuts. But that's the wrap up, y'all.
Woo! Yeah, Z with the fresh, nasty wrap up, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I watched it and I didn't even finish the second episode, so that's what I'm talking about. Did she miss anything? I don't think so. Pretty much covered everything. I'm not gonna lie. I want to jump back to the magnification, I guess I should say, of one Arendir. They are really making this dude into a high crime fighting elf. Like he kicked a lot of ass in this episode.
I just see Hercules every time I see him.
And I mean it's in the spirit of Legolas, right? Like he's just as badass, but he's mostly in the woods. He's not fighting as many wars. It's mainly orc by orc. And I love that about him. I really hope that he gets. I mean, I don't feel like he got as much screen time as I would like. Last season they were giving him more, but since he lost his love interest, but maybe it's just these couple episodes. I know this is a slow build. For the Harfoots, interesting story. I honestly, frankly, think that these two got together a little quickly. I feel like maybe a few more dates here and there. I don't know why they're rushing into physical contact.
They're gonna die. They said it. They're gonna die.
All right, fair enough. But I mean, she just left her whole homegirl. I thought it was I don't want to say bros for her. I don't know how y'all say it, women before men, and I don't know how to. But then she just left her, her girls just whatever in the wilderness to do their thing. I did find this part to be a little exhausting, if I'm being honest. Albeit it did end up the way we probably wanted, but the whole notion of wait, as queen, I will take over and sacrifice myself for I am regent. And I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? And then he went down and saw Squidward and was like, what up, Squidward? You know what I'm saying? And then he's innocent. She's innocent. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It was a little Ty, you feel me? Ty, you on mute.
Ty, you're muted.
You muted.
More importantly, she's queen again. She's
Right.
now queen again.
Did that really happen? Yeah, like explain that to me. Like she went down there, and because the big Squidward was like, she cool with me. All of these inanimate objects, all of these side creatures are making so many life and death decisions. First, the eagle and the hawk, or whoever the fuck, make me the eagle and the damn surround way. Yeah, shout out to my Bounty Killer fans. Shows up and is like, hey, you know what? I think you should be queen, homeboy. And everybody was like, all right, the bird says he's king, yo. It was like, all right, cool. And it's like, oh, wait a minute, let's throw it down to the pit where the squid is. The squid's like, hey, you cool with me? Shit. Like, the squid has declared to be innocent. It's like, who the fuck are these animals? You know what I'm saying? Is anybody vetting these? Where the fuck is Ace Ventura Pet Detective when you need him? We don't know if these motherfuckers is trustworthy or not. They just out here just like, yo, that nigga seem cool to me. Shit, fuck it, let's go with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, she's cute. Why she can't be queen? Yeah, I don't know. Nolly, is there more to this? It feels very random.
Look, we're in a world where people take grand gestures and other things as signs. Look, if they like it, I love it. I'm just here for the ride.
Real quick shout out to Anthony. I don't know if you're still in the comments, man. That's the homie. I know Anthony's watching Rings of Power as well. Can't wait to have you back on to discuss. But yeah, man, Ty, I just feel like it's a little, I don't know. It's I don't know. And also, go ahead.
The basis of that whole scene is the fact that in Numenor they're led by faith. Mm-hmm. They call themselves the faithful. Mm-hmm. And so this beast, the Valar, is a mythical creature from their old ways that basically judged the criminals or whoever. Basically, if you went down there and you died, you were guilty. If you came back up, you're innocent. I think the only reason she honestly lived is because she's blind, and she didn't. And because she's blind, she wasn't react like most people would with horror and fear and all of those type of things, which would probably just kind of make the Valar jumpy and then kill you by default because you're like, Argh! And then you just get ate because he's like, all right, well, and because she didn't do that, because she couldn't see him, her reaction when he roared at her was like I ain't scared of you. and I'm assuming the Valar likes to eat you if you're scared, and maybe you taste better. Maybe those juices start flowing. And because she didn't, he threw her back. He was like, yeah, this is not my cup of tea. I like my meat scared and fearful. And without seasoning. Yeah. Without seasoning. So she came down there with some seasoning. He didn't want to prepare for that.
She was like, hold on, man. I didn't ask for crisp. No, let me stop.
Yeah. So now it's good to see her back in power, and Elendil or whatever, Elendil or what, I think that's
Numenor.
the
Oh,
Yeah.
Elder, my bad.
Yeah, he, you know, he's clearly about to become king. There's clearly, I mean, we've been seeing the build up between him and Queen Muriel, for a while, and you know, they're now touching in public and doing a whole lot of shit that normally would be inappropriate. Now, this is the shit that gets me, right? In one moment, it's the queen. She's revered as the queen. The next moment, you over here touching all on her face in front of everybody. And furthermore, whoever that soldier was who came and snatched his hand up off her face, I felt like that was some personal shit. I don't know what's going on, but that snatch, I don't know, it was quite aggressive. The way he snapped, he was like, get your fucking hands off. Like,
the fuck?
What's happening? Like, what's happening? I'm like, I don't know if that was, if that was racially motivated, or if he's having a little side, if he's the side piece, he could be one of the side pieces. And got mad because you touching on queen.
I don't think the queen was that loose in her, because obviously those two would have they've had a emotional connection. I don't think she's like what I'm saying, like quick to physical is what I'm saying.
Let's take go ahead.
Queen Allison would beg to differ.
That's Allison. We are not engaged with girls.
You're right. You're right. But I'm just saying, when you the queen.
We already know. We already know what Allison be doing. Okay, we already know.
Here's some behind the scenes stuff. Let's see what they're talking about in this, and see if this helps us clear any of this stuff up real quick. This is Rings of Power behind the scenes. Quick, see what they're talking about.
The story that we've seen with Elendil in the first season is sort of gentle rejection of the old ways. He's just trying to keep his head down, and he gets sucked in more and more via his relationship to the queen.
Command us all, and together we can put this right. The Sea Guard is still loyal to you. Together we can fight.
He's very loyal to his queen, but he's also becoming personally loyal. Like all events in history, each drama or each occasion forces you to make a decision. The question is, when does he pull the trigger on what is essentially going to be a civil war?
So this nigga got a whole hairpiece?
Yeah.
Yo, this dude got rocking a whole
wig. What you talking about?
Yo, shout out to the hairstylist over here making it look real.
Man.
Real, bro.
I was like, damn, I didn't know his hair could look like that and it's fake. What?
What y'all thought this man was growing his shit out? This man is with all the C5. Nah, man. No, everybody gotta use that costume room, homie. Look, ain't nobody
department on fleek. We already knew that.
What's up, Ty?
I got one more thing that I wanted to point out, and I don't know if everybody caught this, but this is very important because we had a discussion about it last week. We had a discussion last week about what that mythical creature is in Casa Doom.
Yeah.
Now we know for sure that it is Balrog. How do we know for sure? When Anatar was talking to the king, and then the king said no to him, and he got mad, he looked over to the fire that was in the torch. When he looked over to the fire and the torch, what he saw was Balrog in the fire, in the flame, and he smiled. So he knows that Balrog, they are literally digging towards Balrog. So now we have cleared it up. It is 100% Balrog.
Nolly, you agree?
Did you not see it in the fire?
I did see that, but I was wondering if it was just him kind of like trying to control his anger and like the fire reacting to him being angry.
It looked like
it was Balrog. Yeah. No, it was Balrog in the fire. And anybody who saw it in the comment section, please confirm this. But I know for a fact it was Balrog in the flame. That was the Balrog in the flame. So that's why I'm like, I know it wasn't just me that saw it.
I mean, could you just how do you know for a fact that it was Balrog?
Did you
because well, I didn't have to pause it. It was clear. It was very clear, like that the Balrog was in the flame. when he looked over to it. Like, I know what the Balrog looked like from
I
Lord
just
of the
kind of
Rings.
saw him as like wearing his crown. Like,
Nah, it was the Balrog. I I promise y'all, like when you go back and watch the episode, look in that yes, it was absolutely the Balrog in the flame next to Durin when he was talking to Durin in the flame. So the flame rose, it rose a little bit when he got mad, but in that flame you could see Balrog. It like Balrog was like he leaned forward and he just smiled. He just basically smiled. So you could see his head, you could see his little horns. But yes, that is absolutely Balrog.
okay.
Wow.
But I can't wait for y'all to go back and watch it. Yeah, go back and watch it. You'll see.
Look, even somebody in this comment section here is like, yo, look, I'm waiting for the Balrog. Like, Balrog is, the character itself is crazy. All right. What about the brute? Is it just me, or do I feel like this season is doing well in some aspects, but it's also dragging in some other aspects? And I'm starting to fear that it may be too many plot points. We haven't seen Gandalf or the Ishtar in like an episode and a half. He showed up at the very beginning of the last episode. We still don't know where Isildur and all of them is. Like, there's a whole, like, they have to circle back to all these things. And I think last season it was 8 episodes, 10 episodes. All right, we're on episode 5 now. We're starting to wind down. I'm going to tell y'all right now that we're more than likely not going to end this season happily, because they're not gearing towards war right now. What are we gearing up towards? A hellified cliffhanger. So I just want to make y'all aware that that's probably what we're coming to. I mean, unless y'all can tell me otherwise, they're not putting enough into. We should be mid-plot right now. We're still in plot development. What's up, Ty?
You didn't watch the previews for the next episode?
No, I didn't even finish.
That's why you said that. They're clearly gearing up. They're clearly gearing up. They are okay. War. They're clearly about to go to war. Very, very. If you watch the previews for the next 2 episodes, it's about to get real Lord of the Rings.
Like, just remember, they're attacking like where we left off. The orcs are already attacking the Regions where we left off in the episode. Like, they're actually, like, you know what I'm saying, they're already throwing, you know what I'm saying, like fiery rocks, you know what I'm saying, like trying to break it down. The people are all in disarray, you know what I'm saying, like, are the elves going to show up, you know what I'm saying, like from, the High King, are they not? That's kind of like where we're at right now, you know what I'm saying, for the ending. Like, so we're have to go into, once we, you know what I'm saying, come back for episode 6, something's got to happen, because what we left off with Anatar watching everyone in disarray and him watching basically the orcs starting to, attack. So we're going to have some kind of conflict and fighting. Something's going to go on here. We're definitely going to see some type of, it may not be the war and the battle that we're looking for, you see what I'm saying? But it's going to definitely be some crazy shit is about to go down, because you can't elude, you see what I'm saying, this much fighting when we're already at this stage right now. We started, our foot has been dipped into the water and we're ready to jump all in. So basically that's where we're going to be heading when we jump back into this.
Okay. The preview showed Elrond coming with the Elven army and going to Durin and asking for the help of the dwarves as well. So they are definitely in the next episode going to be at war with the orcs, and Elrond is leading the fray.
Okay, so they are okay. All right, and how many episodes? Anybody know? Anybody quick Google check?
I think it's 2. I think it's 2 more episodes, right?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
It's 8 episodes this season. So
Okay.
2 more.
I still think that this season's thus far it's panning out better than last season, though.
Absolutely.
For me, I think and maybe it's because we don't have to deal with the whole, the anti-wokeism at the beginning. Like, it's baked into the cake, and we're not thinking about it, and we're just enjoying the show. But I'm liking it. I even like Tom Bombadil. I know Ty doesn't like Tom Bombadil. He's like, just who is this nigga? Tell me who he is. I want to know everything about it. I like this shit, man. So
I
I'm
still
eager
can't
to see.
get past the hands and foot. You know what I'm saying? I can't get. I couldn't get past that last week. I was literally still dying about that shit. I was like,
He
you
put his hands and feet. He put hands and feet on the nigga. That's real shit. Yeah, man. All right. Well, anyway, yo. All right, we go check that out, man. Let's keep watching, and then hopefully even next week we may be even joined by our brother Anthony, the movie blogger himself, to help break down even more episodes of Rings of Power. Now, it's almost time to wrap up. I don't want to spend too much time because I know none of us have really watched this.
Penguin.
But the Penguin was released this week, I believe, and I think two or three episodes, maybe. One episode. Okay. I think I don't want to spoil anything. Ty, I think you watched it, if I'm not mistaken. But for those who haven't, oh, you did? You didn't?
No, I did not. I just watched.
Okay.
No, I did not.
Okay, that's fine. So here's the preview, real quick. We'll get into, and let's all just kind of take a look at it and see what it is that we're looking forward to here. This is a quick Instagram preview of the Penguin.
You know, there's only one man big enough to run this city. I'm gonna tear down the empire from the inside out. You know, there's only one man big enough to run this city. You're gonna do everything I say, or else I'll murder you and anyone you care about. You got it? Yeah. Beautiful. I feel better. You feel better? Good. Now you wanted my car so badly. You can drive. You're gonna do everything I say, or else I'll murder you and
Okay. All right. These may not have been previews.
That was a preview.
I mean, oh, actually, here's one.
That was a preview.
All right, they are trolling me with all of these gifs. So let me just stop trying to do those. But
that kid looks like he could play Miles. I'm just gonna say that he looks.
Oh
like,
my god, every young black man.
I'm just saying he looks like he could play a young Miles. I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vince.
Nah, go ahead. All you're saying is what?
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't thinking that like I was gonna be this excited for this series, and I am dumb excited for this series. Like Colin Farrell, he's reaching new heights for me on his acting, man. I'm like, and I already liked Colin Farrell to begin with, you know what I'm saying? But like now, I am like just I don't know. I want to see him. The walk is just oh god, I cannot wait to see him. You know what I'm saying? Like master this walk. It's new. Like he's basically taking his role. Is like for me when Robert Downey Jr. became Iron Man. I can't see anybody else as him as Penguin. Like now, like he ruined Penguin for me basically. Like I just oh my god, I'm so excited.
Let's I think I actually found a legit. It's not a preview, but I think this is some of the actors talking about what it was that they experienced, and then we'll get, because I think one of the biggest phenomenons of this is the aesthetic of Colin Farrell and how they're able to make him look like Penguin, even though he looks like Colin Farrell and he don't look nothing like himself. So let's go ahead and give this a shot real quick. This is a Penguin preview-ish.
What was exciting to me was to tell a Gotham story.
You really get to dig in and get to explore his life.
We wanted to depict class disparity in Gotham. Batman is up high looking down at the city, but Oz is looking up wanting to get up there.
For them to reconfigure New York to be Gotham, for it to feel like a different place but still have the heart and soul.
It's been a tremendous gift to be able to explore this world, these stories in a way that I don't know anyone's ever got to do in exactly the way we're getting to do.
Yes, Lisa, to answer that question, that is Alex Wilder from The Runaways. Looks like we lost another one. Okay. Did Ty just go? Oh, yeah. Go. Okay, Ty. Well, y'all can let, what happened to when we used to be like, yo, I got to go. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so he did say it in the chat. My bad. I was busy watching that thing. But we're seeing right now that, yeah, Lisa, Alex Wilder if y'all watch the Runaways, that dude right there, that was who he was. He was the son of the other Wilder. Anyway, hold on the story. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch it. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't have time. I'll probably check it out today. And I got a feeling that I won't be disappointed. Although, from what I understand, it's a slow start. Yes. Did you get a chance to? Yeah,
I did start watching it. It was a little bit of a slow start, but like it. I mean, my bad. The start was really good. It was just after the start, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a little bit slow and then it started picking up again, but I fell asleep because I was just like, I don't know, I was out of it. I got like maybe 10-15 minutes in, so I can't really comment on it too much, but it started crazy as hell. So just be ready to, you know, like, oh man, just strap in, because this one, I'm telling you, Colin Farrell, we're about to see new just heights of his acting, and just the, oh my god, the range is going to be incredible, and I'm so for it. Like I said, the walk, you guys, peep the fucking walk, because I was like, oh my god, it hurts my back to watch him walk like that. Like it just I'm telling you, watch, just, and oh my gosh, and they get to, I don't know if anyone really knows like too much backstory on like why he walks like that. It shows you in more detail as well why he walks like that. So it's really cool. I don't know. This series, I applaud HBO Max for finally giving us some good story and content. I'm actually excited for one of their series. So kudos to them. Like, you know, it's exciting. It took this long, but finally, okay, we have great actors, we have great story, great directors. Maybe this might, you know, start, I don't know, this might be a trend, maybe not, but we have hope. So definitely you guys have to check it out. It's going to be a banger.
Well, I mean, Max also has House of the Dragon. So
that's
I mean,
it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like that, and yeah, that's
that, and also, I mean, what the hell was what the hell was his name? I can't think of it right now.
I don't know, but
John Cena played, what was that name? What was that show?
Oh, Peacemaker. Yeah, Peacemaker.
Okay, I was gonna say Ringmaker. I was like, that's not the name of the show.
Nah, you're right. Peacemaker, and of course Watchmen, but that was so long ago.
Right.
So you're right. It is few and far between. So shout out to Max. Now his mama called him HBO Max, so I'm gonna call him HBO Max. That's just not fine. So yeah, that's good. Well, listen, I don't see no reason to hold everybody, man. We got our points across. We definitely want you to pull back on up next week. Be on the lookout, as we will likely be reconnected with some of our old friends here to discuss Agatha and maybe even Rings of Power and some other things that are coming out. Thank you, Nolly, so much for the news. Informative. Thanks for the breakdown. Yes. Thanks, Steph, Ty, for pulling up. Everybody that messes with us, you know who you are. Comment section. Appreciate y'all for being out there. Oh, real quick. I do want to say in the video game world, the Star Wars Outlaws isn't as bad as I thought it was. Just give it a chance. All right, let it ride. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. It's not as good as the Survivor games and the Fallen Orders and all of that, but it's a world build, so it takes a little time. So I take back what I said before. And also, man, I did just get Suicide Squad, which came out a long time ago, and right now I'm loving it. And me, Ty, and Minnie are playing the show, which I love. Shout out to the Cardinals. I ain't gonna make it to the playoffs, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. Anything else on the way out? Nah. Okay, cool. Well, as we always say around these parts, go ahead and be your authentic self. Because if you ain't being yourself, guess what? You being fake. And ain't no. I didn't even get to use my sound effects today, man.
It's okay. Next time.
All right, fine. Well, I'm gonna do one of them because y'all.
All right, bye.
I put these in. I put the little. I put the heartbeat in. Oh, we finna use these sound effects like a motherfucker. Anyway, my bad. I'm getting distracted. Be all things if you ain't be yourself, be your thinking. If all things, if you a geek, go ahead and let that geek buy your coffee. My bad, I got ADHD. Let that geek flag fly.
I love the new blurred order. You should too.
Let me get all this 10p Wayne. All the niggas rapping about the same old thing. I've been coming through with the